What's up? It's Tom. We're going to talk about a Twins victory. The Twins beat the New York Mets 6-3 at Target Field, but there were some things that happened in that game that don't make you feel real great as a Twins fan. We'll get to that in a second. Saints won 2-1. Mighty Muscles won 9-4. Wind Surge and Colonels lose. We're going to talk about all these games this evening. First thing, I just want to call out the absurdity that Byron Buxton scored on this play. That's Luis Angel Acuna at second base, fielding. Obviously, he was playing way in. Ty France barely out of the batter's box at this point. Byron Buxton managed to score on that. And the throw wasn't perfect, but it's not like it was a poor throw. Buxton scored on that. Just incredible. He's really bringing some fire to the Twins right now. Great to see from a team leader bringing some energy and emotion because oh boy, do they need that. Pitching side, they did very, very well. Bailey Ober with another really efficient start, goes 6 1/3 innings and only needed 77 pitches to do so, did not walk a batter. And we recently had one of these happen to where a guy, it might even been Ober, I don't remember, but a guy had a really efficient start and he was removed early and they went to Cole Sands and that didn't work out. Tonight it did. Cole Sands got it done. Griffin Jacks and Juan Duran followed him. Also got it done. Very efficient evening for the entire pitching staff against the Mets, only giving up 3 runs, and the Twins scored 6. So finally, kind of both sides working here. Ryan Jeffers was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles. He's got that kind of beat-up hand still, but going out there and playing, there's no way he's 100%, but obviously healthy enough to be playing and hitting doubles. So tip of the cap to Ryan Jeffers, tough guy. Buxton, again, bringing some energy, scored 2 of the runs, had 2 hits, stole his 4th base of the season already. Brooks Lee came in off the bench, we'll get to why, and hit a home run. That was huge, a huge insurance run. Late in games, this team right now, this team really needs some insurance runs to take some pressure off. They're, those plays from Monday, and we've seen many plays where pitchers are not able to throw to first base all of a sudden. That tells me the guys are tight and they're worried about screwing up, and that's in the back of their mind. And they need some help just alleviating some pressure. And that home run from Brooks Lee really helped. The lineup was 5 for 14 with runners in scoring position. They only struck out 5 times, although they didn't draw any walks. And attendance at Target Field was 12,507. That's kind of been an ongoing talking point, so I might call those out every once in a while. But why are we not as hyped as we would usually be? Matt Wallner exited this game in the first inning after beating out an infield single. You see he was limping a little bit. And then Carlos Correa was later removed from this game after a swing. It didn't look like much, but then you see he kind of shakes his hand a little bit. He ended up exiting the game at that point, and that's where Brooks Lee came in. Didn't hit the homer in this plate appearance. It was his next time up, but... we don't really have any details on Wallner or Correa. It's a hamstring for Wallner and I believe a wrist for Correa. Not sure the severity on either. But let's talk about the minor league side. Zebby Matthews started for St. Paul and he was incredible. 1 run over 5 innings, walks 1, strikes out 7, only needs 71 pitches to go through 5 innings. You see at the bottom there is the final batter he faced. I'm almost positive he was told he was going 5 no matter what, because he let it air out in that 5th inning, and especially this last batter he faced. You see his second to last pitch, 99.5 miles per hour from Zebby Matthews, and then his final pitch of the plate appearance, 98.9 to end that inning with a called strike 3. So Zebby Matthews just on another level. He's there when the Twins need him. Incredible. Ricky Castro started for the Wind Surge, pitched better than he did last time. Wanted to call that out. Kind of got himself pointed the right direction. Jeremy Lee got beat up a little bit for the Colonels. And then Michael Carpenter, the lefty that the Twins drafted from this year's draft class, another inefficient start. He did make it out of the first inning this time, and he actually had a very efficient first inning. But in the second inning, I was watching this game, he really lost his control. He walked 3 guys, threw a bunch of pitches. You see only 2 innings, and he needed 53 pitches to do that. Gave up a solo home run, I think, to start that second inning. I haven't seen this guy pitch a ton, so it's hard to say this, but he seems super amped up. He seems like overly amped up. He needs to kind of relax into a game and chill a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. He's interesting. He definitely is an uncomfortable at bat. Michael Carpenter, this is what I'm talking about, the lefty for the the Mighty Muscles. So guys don't look comfortable against him, but he's not throwing enough strikes. So definitely a name to keep an eye out for, though. Hitting side, Carson McCusker had a big 2-run double for the Saints. They only scored 2 runs and won, so that was extra massive for him. Aaron Sabato, yes, he's still alive, 2 for 3 with a walk and a double. Billy Amick had another 2-hit game and a walk on an otherwise pretty quiet night for the Colonels. He has an 1162 OPS to start the season. And then Byron Chourio is the guy I called out in yesterday's video among kind of hot starters who I haven't really talked about yet. He had a hit and 2 walks and stole another base. This is a guy who went very early here, obviously, so small sample size, but he's got an OBP over 500 so far. So, and another thing to call out from the minor leagues, Brock Stewart started his rehab assignment for the Mighty Muscles tonight and threw 17 pitches and topped out at 96.7 miles per hour. He was removed in the middle of that inning, but there did not appear, that looked like that was planned. I didn't see anything that would indicate any kind of injury concern. So I think they just kind of wanted him to throw probably close to 20 pitches, which seems pretty reasonable. And he did that. So Brock Stewart, hopefully we see him back with the Twins before too much longer. Additional minor league notes. Travis Adams was another guy I mentioned in that video yesterday who's pitched well and has just kind of been under the radar, off my radar. He finished that game for the Saints. So Zebby went 5, and then Adams pitched the final 4 innings, only 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts. So he continues to perform well. Luke KEaschall was 2 for 5 with 2 stolen bases. Emmanuel Rodriguez was 2 for 5 with a strikeout. Tanner Schobel walked twice. Now has 7 walks and 5 strikeouts and a 442 OBP for Wichita. So nice to see him playing well. Again, there are the results for this evening. Twins win, Saints win, Muscles win. But yeah, we will... even when the Twins are winning, it seems like we can't fully really get hyped. The wins are so few and far between right now, and then there's additional stuff going on that kind of puts a damper on it. But thanks for checking this one out. Appreciate you. We'll talk again soon.